Nietzsche's theory, how weakness corrupts the human spirit. Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher known for his radical critiques of morality, religion, and culture, offers a provocative theory on the corrupting influence of weakness. In this exploration, we delve into Nietzsche's insights, dissecting his concept of weakness and its ramifications for human nature, societal values, and the pursuit of excellence. Understanding Nietzsche's concept of weakness. Nietzsche's conception of weakness extends beyond mere physical frailty to encompass moral, spiritual, and psychological deficiencies. He posits that weakness manifests as a lack of vitality, resilience, and creative power qualities he considers essential for individual flourishing and cultural advancement. For Nietzsche, weakness is not merely a state of being, but a pervasive force that undermines human potential and corrupts the human spirit. To illustrate, consider Nietzsche's critique of Christian morality, particularly the virtue of humility. He argues that Christianity glorifies weakness by exalting meekness and self-abnegation as virtues, thereby stifling the expression of individual strength and assertiveness. Instead of embracing life with vigor and passion, Nietzsche contends that the Christian ethos fosters a culture of resignation and conformity, ultimately leading to the suppression of human greatness. Corruption of values. Central to Nietzsche's theory is the idea that weakness corrupts the values and ethics of society, leading to a moral inversion that elevates mediocrity and undermines excellence. He identifies a phenomenon he terms the slave morality, wherein the virtues of the weak, such as compassion, humility, and egalitarianism, are exalted over the virtues of the strong, such as power, ambition, and self-assertion. An illustrative example of this corruption of values can be found in Nietzsche's critique of democracy. He argues that democracy, with its emphasis on equality and the welfare of the masses, fosters a culture of mediocrity and conformity, where the exceptional are stifled and the mediocre are elevated to positions of power. In Nietzsche's view, this inversion of values undermines the vitality and creativity of society, leading to its eventual decline. The will to power. Fundamental to Nietzsche's philosophy is the concept of the will to power, the driving force behind all human action and creativity. Nietzsche contends that the weak, lacking in genuine power and self-confidence, seek to assert control through manipulative and coercive means. This will to power manifests as a desire for domination over others, often expressed through resentment, envy, and vindictiveness. To illustrate, consider Nietzsche's analysis of the psychology of resentment. He argues that the weak, unable to compete on equal footing with the strong, resort to resentment as a means of asserting their power. By denigrating and undermining the accomplishments of the strong, the weak seek to elevate themselves and impose their values upon society. However, Nietzsche warns that this resentful attitude ultimately leads to the degradation of human relationships and the stifling of individual creativity. Overcoming weakness. Despite his bleak assessment of weakness, Nietzsche offers a path towards overcoming it through the cultivation of strength, resilience, and self-mastery. He advocates for the emergence of the overman or Übermensch, an individual who transcends conventional moral codes and embraces a life of creativity, courage, and self-affirmation. An example of Nietzsche's ideal of the overman can be found in his concept of eternal recurrence. Nietzsche challenges individuals to confront the inevitability of their actions and embrace life with all its challenges and uncertainties. By affirming the eternal return of the same, Nietzsche encourages individuals to live authentically and passionately, free from the constraints of guilt, regret, and self-pity. Application to contemporary society. Nietzsche's theory of weakness corrupting has profound implications for understanding contemporary societal dynamics, particularly in the realms of politics, culture, and social justice. From the rise of identity politics to the culture of victimhood, Nietzsche's insights shed light on the ways in which weakness can permeate and undermine societal structures. An illustrative example of Nietzsche's theory in contemporary society is the phenomenon of cancel culture. Nietzsche would argue that cancel culture, with its emphasis on moral purity and the suppression of dissenting voices, reflects a manifestation of weakness and resentment. By seeking to silence and ostracize those deemed morally impure, cancel culture perpetuates a culture of conformity and mediocrity, stifling the expression of individual creativity and diversity of thought. Critiques and controversies. While Nietzsche's theory offers a compelling framework for understanding the corrupting influence of weakness, it is not without its critics and controversies. Critics argue that Nietzsche's emphasis on strength and power can lead to the justification of oppressive and tyrannical behavior, particularly when applied to social and political contexts. An example of a critique of Nietzsche's theory is the charge of elitism. Critics argue that Nietzsche's valorization of strength and power can reinforce existing power structures and justify the exploitation and marginalization of the weak and vulnerable. Additionally, some critics question the universality of Nietzsche's theory, arguing that it fails to account for the complexities of human experience and the diverse ways in which individuals navigate power dynamics. Conclusion. In conclusion, Friedrich Nietzsche's theory of weakness corrupting offers a provocative lens through which to examine the complexities of human nature and societal dynamics. By dissecting Nietzsche's insights into the nature of weakness, corruption, and the will to power, we gain valuable insights into the forces that shape our lives and institutions. Whether we embrace Nietzsche's philosophy or challenge it, his ideas continue to provoke thought and spark debate in our quest for understanding the human condition.